The second game that really caught my attention was the Miami Dolphins against the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals were the team that beat the Seahawks, gave them their only loss of this season. And the Dolphins, they've looked pretty good. Brian Flores has done a great job with that team. After last season, when they started, I believe 0-5, they really turned it around. They've had, since that 0-5 season, they've been over 500. They've been a competitive team. Brian Flores looks like he's the coach for the future. Like, he's going to be there for a long time. He looks like his program is working. It was working pretty good with Ryan Fitzpatrick, and then they decided to make the move for Tua. I think he went 5th overall in the NFL season, and we've seen what the other rookie quarterbacks have done across the league. Burrow and Herbert have looked amazing. They look like cornerstones for their respective franchise. They look like they're going to be in the league for 15, 20 years, and they're going to be stars in the NFL. And I know the Dolphins wanted to find out what they had in Tua. There's some rumors going around right now that because the Dolphins have the Texans pick, because the Texans are so bad this year, that pick is projected to be within the 2 to 5 range. So if they're there in next year's draft, they could potentially take another quarterback, and Tua will just be there for this season, and they'll ship him out. They'll trade him, kind of how like the Arizona Cardinals made way for Kyle Murray. I could see that. I see where people are coming from. Just because it happened for the Arizona Cardinals, I don't think it's going to happen for the Dolphins. With the Arizona Cardinals, it was a different head coach that drafted the previous quarterback, and then their new head coach came in, and he brought in a whole spread offense that was more catered towards a running quarterback that could like keep the defense guessing on these RPOs and stuff like that. So it made sense for him to move on from the previous quarterback and just give the draft Kyle Murray and, you know, be able to implement his offense as best as he could, as he wanted to. So that makes sense. On the other hand, Brian Flores has been there. He's not going to get fired. I can guarantee that he's not going to get fired going into next season. The Dolphins have found their head coach for the future. He's going to be there next season, and he was there when they made the decision to pick Tua. And unless Tua just thinks it up super bad, even if he's average, they're going to keep him. He had a lot of potential. He got hurt. He's coming back from a hip injury. They're going to be patient with him, I believe. And I don't see the similarity in the two scenarios, the Arizona Cardinals and the Dolphins. But so, it's funny that those are the two comparisons that are being compared at this week when they play each other. And it worked out for the Cardinals. Kyle Murray is definitely a good quarterback. Is someone you could build the franchise around. He has looked really, really good in his first 2 seasons. He won Rookie of the Year last year. People were flirting with the idea that he was an MVP candidate at the beginning of the season. I think he still has time to make a case for MVP if he's able to get some wins under his belt, and if he steals the division from the Seahawks, he would definitely push his name right up there in the MVP candidates. I don't think they will win the division. I do think I predict them to be in the hunt to get a playoff spot before the season. But now that the season's playing out, we see what teams are made of. We see what they're doing. We see what they're capable of. I do think the Cardinals are going to be one of the teams that get a wild card spot. I think that division is going to get 3 playoff spots, if not 4, probably 4. But the Niners have so many injuries that they're done. They have no hope. I don't like Garoppolo that much, but he's hurt, and their other backup quarterbacks are not talented whatsoever. And they lost Kittle for basically the rest of the season. If they make a playoff push, he might come back. So that takes the 49ers out of that playoff picture, but I do think the Rams and the Cardinals are going to hold on for wildcard spots, and the Seahawks are going to win the division. They're going to have a playoff spot. But for this game specifically, the Miami Dolphins are without Breida. They're without Gaskin. So the running game takes a big hit, and I think it just sets it up pretty good to see what Tua is made of. The Cardinals don't have a stifling defense per se. They're not a defense that you look at and you're like, whoa, like, let's protect their quarterback. Like, let's not make him look bad and make him throw the ball 30 times down the field, and then we're just setting him up for failure. They're definitely a defense that you could score on, that you could get your feet wet, that you could feel comfortable about yourself playing them. So I think it's gonna be a good barometer after this game to see where Tua stacks up in the league. And I wish him the best. I wish he succeeds. A lot of people are already saying that just the way the numbers work out, It's very hard for 3 elite quarterbacks to come out of one draft class. I think the last time that happened was in '04 when they had Rivers, Eli Manning, and Big Ben. So just the way Burrow's looking, he already looks pretty elite. He looks like he's going to be good. Herbert looks like he's like Patrick Mahomes light, smaller Patrick Mahomes with a lot of potential, and he looks like he's going to be elite too. So they're already saying it looks like Tua is going to be the one of the 3 that's not going to be good. But I like the kid. He looks like he's humble. When he got his first playing time against the Jets, he came back into the field. He sat on the field. He took everything in. I think that was awesome to see. So I do wish him the best. I do think he's gonna have. I hope he has a good game. Like I said, Arizona Cardinals defense is not like stifling by any chance. So I do think he's gonna have the opportunity to, put on the show and show us what he's made of. But I think the Cardinals just have a little bit better offensive power. I think Kyle Murray's in the second year. He knows how to control pace. He knows how to make plays. He knows how to get first downs and keep drives going. And DeAndre Hopkins is balling out right now. And they have old Mr. Reliable Fitzgerald. So I just think they're gonna be able to get this W. If I were to put a score on it, I think it's gonna be in the 20s, maybe like 28-21, 28-20. Cardinals is my prediction. But I just think it's gonna be a real fun game. I'm definitely gonna be checking in on it this weekend just because 2 quarterbacks that are fun. And it just makes for a good matchup. It makes for entertaining football in my eyes. And they're both short. They're both shorter quarterbacks. They're smaller build. They're good. I believe they're going to be running around. Tua is a lefty quarterback. You don't see that too often. I just think it's going to be a really fun game. So if you don't have a team or you have time when they're playing, I think that's a game. That's a good game to check it out. Dolphins versus Cardinals. Cardinals are going to win 28-20. It's my prediction.